Ryan, a point in the end. What was your assessment?
Yeah, I thought it was a game of two halves, to be fair, Jay. I felt it was 2 points dropped from the first half performance. I thought we were well worthy of scoring another goal, maybe two. We always knew a Steve Bruce team would come out second half and fighting. I'm sure they got a bit of a telling off because it probably weren't good enough from their behalf, but it was good for us, and we knew it was going to be difficult. But listen, it's a good point. It's all a learning curve still. I've said to them, we want to go unbeaten, but want to win them games, especially at home. It weren't for the lack of trying today, as I always say, when they are trying to win. But yeah, I think it was a missed opportunity in the first half to potentially go 2 goals up rather than 1, and then to be undone by a penalty was harsh. But again, it's a penalty. Owens just said, he just got the wrong side, and the kids just touched him. They fell into each other. The ref's always going to give that. But no complaints from me. Probably even game in terms of us first half and then second half. So yeah, would have liked to take an extra 2 points, but it weren't to be.
Just on the goal, a real bizarre opener, but his first Ticks goal, John's first goal for us, and it was he's deserved it, hasn't he? Because he's been working hard.
Yeah, do you know what? He's been a breath of fresh air. He's been excellent. You can see tiring toward the end again. The amount of work he's doing on and off the ball. He's organised people around him, and he's jumping when he needs to jump. He's trying to make 8 runs, which is good, and that's what we want. I said to him at half time, he was making them from too much deep. If he gets a little bit closer and the ball's coming, he can do it. So it's shorter distances, but his work ethic's been brilliant. And look, you never know. If you don't shoot, you don't score. I'm not too sure how it went in. I'd done the keeper a little bit, but any goal's a good goal, of course, especially to try and win a game of football. But yeah, he was excellent, and we want that to continue.
It felt wide open in the first half, but a real entertaining game. I know the fans at half time, we saw the comments online, they were really enjoyed watching us in that first half.
Well, I enjoyed it myself, to be fair, the first half. I enjoyed it more. We'd have got another goal. I thought there was a couple of opportunities, like just the turnover, where there was the right pass with the right selection, and wanted to be a little bit more ruthless at the top end of the pitch. But look, I can't fault the players. They've been excellent. I said that to them in there. I'm pleased and proud of what they've given us and give the football club since I've come through the door. And we're unbeaten in 6, I think it is now, and we lost a goal which was scruffy in the 93rd minute. So we haven't really been undone, and we've been solid and resolute. But I'm always just asking for a little bit more, and they're giving us everything they possibly can, and I've got to take into account the 44 games in, bless them, and they've got 2 more now. So we'll give them a down day, and we'll recover, and we'll do the right things. And I said, but look, we've got 2 good games where we feel we can go and get good points, and if we can do that, try and finish as high as we possibly can, it'd be great.
Just on the second half, we did seem to just sit back and defend that lead, probably a bit too early, didn't we? Would you have liked to have seen a little bit more front foot?
Well, I didn't want them to defend the lead. I wanted them to get on the front foot, and I just said that to them. But again, granted, the games they've been playing, the 44 games in, we had everything in the first half. There's always going to be a game of 2 halves where, Blackpool come back at the second half and they had all the ball. Didn't really hurt us, but I'm saying that to the back. Let's get the midfielders up, and then the midfielders can get close to the strikers. It weren't to be, but look again, they're tired. They've been working the socks off. They've covered a load of distance. That's why I think in this league, if you can get 2 goals up at half time, it gives you a better possible opportunity and a chance of winning 3 points rather than 1.
Valley, like you said, 6 unbeaten now, really positive mood around the place, and obviously the fans would have liked to win, but nice to kind of sign off the season at home. Yeah. Not losing the game, and it was a nice atmosphere at the end, wasn't it, with the players parading?
Yeah, it was excellent. Yeah, I watched it from up in the director's box. They deserve that credit from the fans, and the fans deserve the credit for staying behind and clapping them and giving them a round of applause, what they deserve, of course, because they're wearing the badge on the shirt with pride, and I make sure they do that. Yeah, it would have been nice with 3 points, but look, we know where we are, we know what we need to do better, and we'll keep learning over the next week to do that and to get more points, and hopefully sign off the season with a couple of good wins, yeah.